does Google My Business tie in with Google Analytics? Like if some, like you know how Google sends you this message, like you had so many people visit you
Mm-hmm.
when you send
So,
it to Google Business.
so it doesn't automatically tie in, but what I do for mine is add UTM codes, the tracking codes, like
Uh-huh.
to the links, so that I can see it in Google Analytics. So Google does have their own insights for Google My Business, but it's not in Google Analytics.
Oh, okay.
And they're in the process of updating that system. And in the past, those analytics weren't really very accurate because they would sometimes duplicate. I can't remember what the whole thing was as far as like how, but they sometimes would the bot would duplicate stuff, so we're not getting accurate reports. And so they are changing that and updating it, but I always like to do the the UTM and see it in Google Analytics, because then I can see, oh, this post about XYZ is the one that's getting people to the thing. I put it on if there's appointment link, I put a UTM there. I put a UTM on the main website, and then all the posts.
Okay.
And anything, products, anything in there that has a link. And that's something I've started doing recently. So some of my other clients that I've had for a while, I'm going back in and adding those. So
Okay.
yeah, I like the UTMB, and I'm gonna go, oh, look, because I'll have it like, I separate, I was like, this came from the Google Maps, this came from the profile link. So I know they clicked on the profile, or this is a Google My Business, a post, and this was what the topic of the post. So yeah, I like doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you do not set a UTM code in your business listing main website, it will come as direct traffic.
You might
possibly. I think so. I think so.
I was looking at my report and I get like referrals coming from Google.
David, I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know.
So, yeah, I know that Google Discover will come in as direct traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into your search console and you have enough articles that Google is starting to serve up your articles as Google Discover, it comes in as direct because of two things. One of which is the way they set up the link. They're basically not passing the referral data with the link. They say it's a security issue, which is a little bit of baloney, but whatever. If you go in, you can correlate the clicks from your Google Discover, and you can correlate it to direct traffic to individual posts. And I did a little report on Reliable Acorn about that. And I think that the same parameters in your Google My Business listing are set such that Google will not send the true refer.
Mm-hmm.
So like in my Google, every time I post a blog post on a client site, I also post it in Google My Business.
Mm-hmm.
If only for superstition, because I don't think it really does anything for anything. But I always add a UTM code tracking to it. And it's really, really interesting to see in Google Analytics how few clicks I get from my clients' Google My Business posts.
Mm-hmm. They are doing a lot of different things with posts now. And some of it, I'm not necessarily sure as far as like clicking on the post, but having those posts on there can improve conversion in Google My Business, having new posts. They're also doing something where, especially if you're in the app using it, if you have a new update, so like if I'm looking at a listing and it's new, I haven't seen this listing before, it'll have a red dot next to updates. So I'm like, oh, what's that red dot? And I'll click on it and there's the newest one. That's brand new. And then this is why I was mentioned in the the roundtable search engine roundtable
Yeah.
because after that, I was looking at a client and it said updates. And I'm like, okay. And it says updates by visitors. And I'm like, what's that? And so I went and I was looking at a client site, and I'm one of their clients as well. So I had a picture at their office that I had taken when I went into their office to visit them. And I uploaded it as me, because I took it there when I went for a visit, and put a description on it. And then I posted, I'm like, this is from visitors. What is this? Is this new? And that's something new, that visitors are now going to be able to post an image with a description, because you can do that like for photos for restaurants, for like dishes and everything. But this is something new that you can do it for. And I've seen it on every one I've pulled up. So I don't know if it's kind of, because some people said they haven't seen it. So I don't know if it's like, as far as Google sometimes rolls things out in different areas of the country first. Yeah. So that might have something to do with it.
Good. That's a good find. I remember you shared that with me. I was like, that's a really good find. I could see it being ripe for abuse.
I definitely, that's the thing, is like, when I see new different things like that, I get excited. I'm like, ugh, and how can people go in and abuse this?
Yeah. Well, and I wonder if it's replacing, client uploading images. So you used to be able to upload an image to a Google My Business listing.
You still can't. You can still do that, because see, like, you can upload them as a, with a review. You can upload your images. You can upload them separately. I don't know, possibly. But it was just interesting that I went there, and now I'm looking. It's funny. So my one client has this one picture I uploaded as a visitor. And I look at all these others, and that's the only one that has one from a visitor, was the one that I did for them.
Nice.
So
that's really cool.
So interesting.